Alright, hey guys, here's just a quick off-the-cuff video for dealing with Lydia's ff2 on block, because while on paper Lydia might not be that good, that doesn't mean that she's not gonna be a pain to deal with, especially now when she's really new, and plus a lot of people probably won't even be able to lab her because, you know, fucking Bandai Namco. Anyway, I'm sure you've already seen, but there's two very safe options to deal with Lydia's stance if you block ff2, even though it's +5 on block. So first off, there's a reason why this stance is kind of difficult to deal with, and that's that it's not exactly clear when you can actually press, which is why it's such bullshit that you can't even lab her if you haven't bought her. But take a look at this. You have to really get a feel for when you can actually press. Yep, see there, I pressed and my move didn't come out. You have to wait again. You have to wait a little bit to see when you can actually press, or you have to get a feeling for it. You can't just mash immediately. You might get something you don't want and you might get punished for it. But anyway, the two moves that is generally the safest ones to use if you block this shit is just a single jab check, but that gets beaten by the power crush, as you see, and it'll also get beaten by that high crush. Although you will not get launched for it. You're only at a +1 there, which means you can challenge after that from your crouching moves. See, you can challenge with a generic while rising 4, and that'll beat her jabs, or it'll trade with her jabs rather, and pretty much beat everything else. Or you can, or if you're playing Lee, you can just challenge with while standing 3-3, and that'll beat everything. Of course, there's risks to that move. It's minus even on hit, and if you extend it, you risk getting launched. But it's a decent challenge for this situation. Or you could, you know, even mix it up with a low like that. And you have options, basically. It's not that scary if you get hit with this, so don't worry about it too much. Just don't let her keep the momentum. So a single jab check beats everything except those two moves, and it'll float her out of her homing option. See? And you can convert into a combo from that. And it'll beat her heat engager. So this is very safe. The only problem is the power crush beats it, and you will not be able to duck in time. See? You don't get to duck from this. And then you're at a -16, and you just have to take the mix-up. The other move you want to do to challenge all of this except one option, or beat all except one option, is just a dig jab. And you can kind of mash that one out. That one's a bit safer to do. That's the only option that the dig jab will lose to. It beats everything else. And you're +6 there, so you can challenge with whatever you wish and try to take back your momentum. Although that is kind of scary, it's not too bad though. And that's the best part about this. It beats the power crush. And not only does it beat the power crush, you can launch after. And that's a hell of a punishment for that power crush. Although if you do block the power crush, it's actually not scary at all. You're only -1, and all of her moves from there are very slow, so you just need to challenge it. She can block. She can block from Wolf stance, but she will not be able to beat, for example, your down forward 1 or any similar mid check. She does have the option to try and jump back from that, but you'll still float her with Lee's DF1, for example. So basically, you gotta challenge this. The best she can do if you block this is block herself. So you just cannot let her bully you, because her stance moves are very scary if you let them bully you. Another option we have with Lee, though, that'll beat almost everything, is 1-2 into misstep. So let me show you this. Yeah, again, you have to know when you can jab. But, you know, there we go. It'll beat all of her slow moves, it'll float her out of the homing, and the best part about it is it'll actually go under the power crush. Look at that shit. I mean, you can even do just a normal launch from that. It's still a punish. There is nothing she can do about that. And if she doesn't do the power crush, then you'll either get a +7 or you'll float her out of it. It's a very stylish way to launch her. And even if you don't get to launch her, you get a +8 from this. Or you float her, so basically it's still a huge reward for that. There is one problem with this though, and that's that you'll get counter hit by the high crush if you do the whole jab string. See? So that's kind of scary, but it beats everything else. However, you could maybe use that to your advantage, because since it'll beat everything else, Lydia will kind of be forced to do this, unless she wants to either give up her turn or give up her fucking life. And then she can become a little bit predictable, in which case you can, you know, try to block it, try to sidestep, crouch block, and launch her for this. Basically, you're gonna limit her options severely, even if you might take a risk on doing this, because yeah, you get launched. It's not really an option that Lydia wants to go to. She'll much rather use one of the other ones. Because even if this hits, it's not great. It's really not great for her. So if you can force her to do this more often, then you'll pretty much shut down her stance completely. Because all it takes is to block this once and you can kill her off of that. I mean, you get a full combo out of this, and you get a wall, you get your pressure, Oki, whatever. Like, this is not a great option for her to take. Because after you confirm that she'll be doing this once, and you launch her for it, then she'll be pretty afraid to do it again. Or that's what I think anyway. That seems reasonable to me. So after you've confirmed that she doesn't really want to do that, in a match, you need to start challenging with this, with just a 1-2 misstep, and just completely shut down her stance. Eventually she'll try the high crush, inevitably, but that's when you can try to predict her, because, well, she becomes predictable when she doesn't have many options, doesn't she? I recommend trying it, really. It might be seem like a risk, but I think it's well worth taking, just based on game theory. And yes, I know I say that all the time, but that's how it goes. That's just how you gotta think about it. So, yeah, I don't know, that's about it, I guess. Thanks for watching, guys, and let me know how it turns out.